Witcher 4 is, quote, the most advanced, end quote, out of all current CD Projekt Red games. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say, no duh. But let's hear what they say specifically. CD Projekt Red, a revered development studio in the gaming industry, has captivated fans with its back-to-back RPG blockbusters. Well, I mean, to be precise, they weren't exactly back-to-back. It was more like back to dumpster fire to back blockbusters. I think that's closer to accurate. Their ability to craft compelling RPGs, whether set in dystopian future or medieval past, is unparalleled. However, since 2020, the studio has been quiet on the game release front, leaving fans eagerly anticipating their next move. The projects currently in development at CD Projekt Red, including the next the next Cyberpunk game and The Witcher 4, have been the subject of much speculation. The recent discussion about the latter has only heightened the excitement. During an interview with The Flow, I think that's the technical name for it, podcast, CD Projekt Red's associate game director Pavel Sasko spoke about their upcoming project. Sasko clarified to the fans that all the games currently being developed are in the, quote, early stages, end quote, so we shouldn't expect to hear about them anytime soon. The one that's, quote, the most advanced, end quote, out of all of the CD Projekt Red games would be The Witcher 4. This is not a surprise, as that most developers in the studio are currently involved in the upcoming Witcher game. Yeah, it's pretty heavily geared that way. It seems, I forget the exact percentage, but it's something like 70% of their workforce is working on The Witcher 4, so it's definitely all hands on deck for that. They go on. The next installment in the Witcher series, codenamed Polaris, is set to start active production in 2024. This ambitious project, the first in a brand new trilogy, promises to introduce many new elements while staying true to the core experience that fans love. One of the most significant changes is CD Projekt Red confirming that Geralt of Rivia will not be the protagonist of the next game, hinting at a fresh direction for the series is sure to pique fans' interest. In my view, this is either suggesting a like create your own Witcher type of thing, you know, kind of like Cyberpunk, where you make your own character, maybe with a selected backstory or something. Or it's going to be a playable girl. I mean, let's just be honest. Whenever they like take it in a new direction nowadays, whenever anybody does, it usually means that either the playable character will be female or it's going to be totally open-ended. It's just going to be one of those two as far as I can tell. Yeah, and whoever it is will be stunning, brave, and beautiful, no doubt. Or not beautiful. Is saying beautiful insulting now? I can't keep track. One of, let's see, on the topic of The Witcher, a Create Your Own Witcher 3 character mod surfaced online recently. Also, the live-action Witcher series has been renewed for a fifth and final season because they like losing money, I guess, with Liam Hemsworth replacing Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia. What do you think about The Witcher 4 being the most advanced, blah, 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 blah. So a few things. For one, with The Witcher 4, this is the same thing with like the frickin' what's the new Star Wars? The Acolyte. These companies only care about watch times and engagement. So if you are hate watching something, they don't care. That still is good for them. So like all these people that are like hate watching The Acolyte, stop. Like you're giving them what they want. They're going to keep making those because you hate watching it is more engaged than people casually being like, it's okay, I guess I'll watch an episode or two, okay? So it's just stop hate watching even The Witcher on Netflix. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Watch something else. Go back through and watch The Lord of the Rings again. Even like rewatch The Hobbit. It's not great, but it's not like trash for the most part. It's pretty good, okay? Go back and rewatch that. You'll have way more fun than forcing yourself to rewatch the Acolyte or go through The Witcher season 4 and 5, okay? Just like, it drives me crazy when people are like, yeah, I hate this. Anyway, I'm going to be live tweeting as I watch episode 6 of The Acolyte. It's like, okay, no, at this point, you are contributing to it. The only way to actually cause these things to go away is to just totally disengage. Like that's when they'll stop making them. But so long as you're watching it, whether it's positive or negative, they don't really care. You're still watching it. So that's the first thing, okay? That's the first thing. Don't watch the Witcher show if you don't like it. Just don't bother. Like, don't waste your time. Secondly, Geralt not being the protagonist, I think is perfectly fine. I know some people are frustrated by it. They like Geralt because he is, of course, the Witcher. So it's, he's iconic at this point. It's impossible to separate Geralt from the Witcher and vice versa. I like the idea of them going in some fresh direction. I like the idea of there being more player agency. I like the idea of them trying to break free of any sort of chains or restrictions they've previously been burdened by. I just find that to be exciting. I find it exciting. The Witcher 4, if it was still Geralt, would still be awesome and probably would still be an amazing game and everybody would still eat it up. But I mean, just look at this. I mean, come on. But having said that, hearing they're taking it in a totally new direction, that could be very exciting. I'm all the more enthused. With all that said, I'm very excited. But I mean, even if they're just now going into full production, they're going into full production now in 2024. Probably spend 3-4 years on it. It's still probably 2027, 2028. And you know what that means? That puts it right in line for the next console generation. So this very well could be a situation where we end up with a PlayStation 6 release from CDPR instead of like a cross-generational thing. I cannot imagine they try to do cross-generation again, for the love of God, after how it went last time, but I guess we'll see. But this is just what's so bizarre about this generation, is that we've had some of the biggest and most capable studios that have just done like one thing, or like an expansion, or they've like re-released something. There just hasn't really been a whole lot of heavy hitters that have been releasing stuff exclusive for this generation, and that's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, because I would love to see them just, come out swinging. But I think COVID complicated it. I think the tech has complicated it. And then a lot of these like corporate overlords have forced a lot of these studios to pump out the easy stuff in the form of remakes, then to also pump out live service stuff that ends up getting canceled and just wasting time. So there's that. But we'll keep an eye on it. I'm very, very intrigued by what another Witcher game could bring. When you talk about like most anticipated unannounced games, that's definitely up there. Like, it's been said that it exists, but it hasn't been like revealed, so that's one that I am extremely interested in. When that trailer drops, it's going to be a fun day, I'll tell you what.